Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Premier. Premier, I understand that staff at the Macquarie Point Development Corporation wrote to you in the week preceding the resignation of the CEO, Ms Massina, outlining their concerns with the performance and conduct of the CEO. Will you release that letter along with the details of any ex gratia or severance payout to Ms Massina? Also, Premier, there are at least 2 inquiries into management and governance at Macquarie Point. You were yet to release a report into the management and workplace practices. However, a KPMG report was released this morning into Macquarie Point's procurement and contracting compliance. Premier, this report reveals systemic non-compliance with Treasurer's instructions, with the investigators unable to locate basic documentation such as signed contracts and signed variations to contracts across multiple procurements. What confidence, Premier, can the long-suffering taxpayer have that your government has any control over this valuable public asset?
Honourable Premier.
Here. Well, thank you, Mr Speaker. I thank the honourable member for her question. I understand the report was released today.
KPMG report.
The KPMG report. I understand that the Minister has spoken to you.
Last night.
Minister Barnett has made a statement to the effect of the release of the report. Clearly it points to the need for continuous improvement in terms of some of the findings, of which of course will be done. But can I say that Macquarie Point still represents a very exciting opportunity for Tasmania. It's one of the last remaining vacant urban infill locations in any of Australia's capital cities. It's over 9.3 hectares, you'd be well aware of. It's a huge parcel of land which needed extensive, very complex remediation, I have to say, from its history as a former industrial site, preparing it for future development, of course, including removing contaminated soils. Doesn't look exciting, but without this work the site was not safe to build on and would cause a public hazard endangering people's health and safety. It's been a large task. It really has. In fact, since its establishment, the corporation has remediated and removed more than 65,000 tonnes of contaminated soil, removed more than 2.3 million litres of contaminated groundwater, and removed nearly 1 kilometre of deteriorated and redundant oil and diesel pipeline across the site. Archaeological works to ensure we respect the work with the site's history, working with TasWater to remove the wastewater treatment plant and design tenders now in the market, planning and the Northern Transit Corridor with key stakeholders from the Department of State Growth and Tasports, and of course continuing to engage with our stakeholders. We're attracting interest. I'm advised from developers all over the country are keen to work with us in the next release, showing our master plan is working. We're progressing the redevelopment, of course, of Macquarie Point. Any suggestions to the contrary, I'd have to disagree with. I recall the first part of your question was around some correspondence. I'm happy to look at that for you and provide an answer to you at some point in time, but I think not a member for a question.
Honourable Member